This is the physical toll of knockout football, where a single second of lost focus can end a 4-year campaign. France arrived with the most expensive attacking front in the world, but they've run headfirst into a Paraguayan defense that has spent 90 minutes refusing to give them an inch of grass. As the game remains scoreless, the pressure begins to favor the underdog, and every successful tackle builds Paraguay's confidence, while France starts to feel the urgency of a clock that won't stop ticking. In a deadlock like this, the defensive margin for error evaporates. One split second of hesitation, or a single recovery run that's a half step too slow, is all it takes for the pressure to find a fracture. To find that fracture, France had to navigate Paraguay's low block. By clustering into a tight central grid, Paraguay essentially deleted the middle of the pitch, forcing France wide. When the ball moves to the wings, Paraguay's shape shifts in unison, closing the trap on the French wingers. The French forwards spent the first hour getting bounced off the ball. Every attempt to turn toward the goal was met with a slide tackle, turning the match into a grueling test of physical attrition. When a defense is this well drilled, you can't wait for an open door. You have to force them to step out of position. After 70 long minutes of a grueling stalemate, France finally found their moment. A single attacking player accelerates into the penalty box, but the goal wasn't scored here. It started 15 seconds earlier, when the defense was still perfectly aligned. This animation isolates the decoy run. Sprinting away from the ball forces the defender to follow, creating a newly empty space. A midfielder threads a pass directly into that gap, reaching a second attacker who is moved into the void. One clinical touch is all it takes to beat the keeper and completely change the stakes of the tournament. This wasn't a defensive collapse, it was a geometric disruption. France used Paraguay's disciplined marking against them to manufacture a hole that didn't exist seconds before. With France up 1-0, the spatial logic of the entire game is instantly rewritten. Paraguay can no longer afford to sit back. They have to push their defenders up to the halfway line and commit bodies forward, leaving themselves entirely exposed to the very counterattacks they spent the whole game avoiding. France responds by retreating. They pull their lines back, creating a dense wall of their own to protect the one-goal lead. It's a tense strategy. By seating the ball, France is betting that their backline can absorb 10 minutes of non-stop pressure without a single error. The strategic weight has shifted. France no longer has to solve the puzzle. They just have to stop Paraguay from breaking the board. The final minutes are a desperate scramble. Paraguay pours forward, sending cross after cross into a crowded French box. France survives on the strength of desperate clearances and one point-blank block. It's no longer about tactics. It's about who can react faster to a loose ball in the mud. Holding a lead under this kind of sustained pressure requires a level of mental endurance that few teams can maintain for a full 90 minutes. When the whistle finally blows, the tension evaporates. France moves on, Paraguay goes home. This chart shows that in the knockout rounds, 1-0 is the most common scoreline for eventual champions. Winning by a wide margin is rare. Surviving a close game is the standard. France's ability to survive this match by winning ugly shows they can navigate the specific type of high-stakes friction that often eliminates the favorites. For now, they've proven they can handle the pressure.